Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 8 of Leet Coding every day until I land a new job. Like I've said in other videos, I'm currently an unemployed software engineer. I have about 3 years experience, mostly in .NET and some web development. And I'm just going to be posting these LeetCode solutions every day until I land a new job. And I challenge you to do some LeetCode every day as well. And we can, just keep stacking our days, keep getting a little bit better together. First, I just want to say thank you so much. I've gotten some more viewers than I thought I was going to. And I've seen some people comment about asking to, connect or something. And I think I might start a Discord channel. I'll keep you guys posted in a future video. But for today, we're going to do LeetCode number 21, merge two sorted lists. You're given the heads of two sorted linked lists, list 1 and list 2. Merge the two lists into one sorted list. The list should be made by splicing together the nodes of the first two lists, and then return the head of the merged linked list. And then it has this drawing. So basically, we're going to be given two linked lists, and we need to return them in their correct order. And you can see it's not necessarily asking for us to go every other here, because you can see we have a node from list 2, and then 2 from list 1, list 2, list 1, list 2. So let's go ahead. I'm going to draw this one out, but actually, so let's do a quick example, just making sure that we understand what we're supposed to be doing here. I think that this is a good practice, and you always want to talk your interviewer through your thought process, which, that's what this is supposed to resemble. So let's say we were given L1 equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and L2 is equal to 1, 2, 7, 8. We want to return 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I think it's always good, even though that we're provided a couple test cases here, I think it's good to create your own test case and just confirm with the interviewer. So this is what we're looking for. Okay. So I'm going to draw out the really simple version. Whoa. Let's do a little bit better drawing than that. Whoops. Okay, and we're gonna just do a two linked lists of length 3. Oh, come on. This is why I usually draw these out beforehand, but I'm gonna try and be a little bit better about doing everything live to make it seem more reflective of a real interview. So there's our first linked list, and this will be our second linked list, and I'm just going to write, we're not going to label those, and we're going to say if this is a 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 6. What we want to end up returning is have one of these point to the other one. I don't think it really matters which one. 1 points to 1, 2 won't point to 5, 2 will point to 3, 3 won't point to 6, 3 will point to 5, and 5 will point to 6. And you can just see as I was doing my drawing there, we lost a bunch of nodes. So like right here, we don't currently have anything pointing to this node. So I think that actually kind of explained how we're going to do this a little bit. So if we reset everything, if we reset everything, I think what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to have a list node list 1, which is pointing to this head, and we're going to want to have a list node named list 2, which is basically just, this right here. actually not going to draw the boxes. We're just going to do this. Make it a little bit easier to follow along. And we're going to have a, let's pull everything over just a little bit. Put it in the center. What we're going to want to do is we're going to have like we're going to have a head and we're going to have a current. And what we're going to do is we're going to have current and head start pointing to nothing, and then we're going to have them their next point to whichever one of these is less. In this case, we'll just have it point to list 2. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to increment list 2 within its own linked list, so we never lose this. Then we're going to have current equal current.next. And then, so that'll be our first loop. Actually, we won't lose that. Oh, terrible drawing. And then what we'll do is on our next iteration, we'll have current point to the value that's less. So current.next will equal if L1 or L2 has a lower val, here 1 is less than 3, so current will equal 1. And then we will increment list 1 within its own list, and we will increment here. So I'm just going to tidy up this drawing a little bit. And then to just try and get through this example a little bit quicker, we'll say which one's a lower value. 2 is a lower value, so we'll have current next point to list 1. And then we will have list 1 equal list 1 next. Cur equals cur next. Keep going and so forth. And then, yeah. And then we'll just need to make sure that, like, in the case where, let's say this was a 3, we need to make sure that this isn't left hanging. And so if list 1 will ever get incremented to being null, so basically, let's just take a step back. Let me try and explain that a little bit better. So what would happen next here is that current.next will equal list 1 value or list 2 value, whichever one's lower. In this case, 3 is lower than 4. So we'll just make sure that current.next equals list 1. We will then move list 1 to list 1.next, which is, remember, these always have a next. And here's just null. And then current will equal current.next. And then we'll say if list 1 is null, outside of our for loop, we just need to make sure that we do this. And then return head.next. So I hope that tutorial made sense and you guys could follow along. Let's code it out now. We're going to code it in Java. So we're going to need to create, well, first let's just check if either list is null, because you can see in this example here, if list 1 is null, what do? We just return list 2. So if list 1 equals null, return list 2. If list 2 is null, make sure to return list 1. Then we're going to create a list node named cur, which equals just a new list node. And then we'll have our list node head, which equals cur. Then let's see, what do we need to do next? Then we'll start our while loop. So we'll say while list 1 not equal null, whoops, and list 2 is not null, we will check which one's the lower value. So if list1 dot val is less than or equal to list2 dot val, we need to make sure that so we're going to say cur dot next equals list1, the lower valued list, and then list1 equals list1 dot next, and then we're going to need to have cur equal cur dot next either way. So I'm just going to save the line, put it here, equals cur dot next. And then on the flip side, if list2 is the lower value, we'll need to make sure that cur dot next equals list2, and we'll need to make sure that list2 equals list2 dot next. And then, like I said before, what we'll need to do outside is we'll need to tack on the end of the remaining list. And so if list1 is null, what we need to do is make sure that cur dot next equals list2. Kind of like we had in this drawing here. If this is null, we just need to make sure that cur dot next equals list2. And then on the flip side, else if list2 is null, we'll need to make sure that cur dot next equals list1, and then we will just return head dot next. And like I always say in these videos, but I never do, just really quickly double check your code before you hit submit. So there's a mistake. List 1, list 2, okay. Okay, I think that's good. Probably still a typo or something in there. Oh wow, okay. No typos. Look at that. We're getting a little bit better. So we passed those test cases. Let's go ahead and hit submit. And look at that. Oh, also I should have said this is going to run in O of n time because we just have this one while loop here. And if we analyze the time complexity, it's O of n. And sweet. So that's a good solution there. So once again, thank you so much for following along in this series. Today was day 8 of LeetCoding every day until I land a new job. If you have any suggestions for the channel, anything you'd like to see, anything you think I could do a little bit better, please, please, please leave it in the comments down below. And please like and subscribe, and let's just keep stacking our days together. Thank you very much.